Good afternoon. I'm Peeyush Pareek. Today we'll be learning Android fundamentals. Today we'll be learning activities, services, broadcast receiver, intents, filters, content providers. Basically, activities are the individual screen that shows in your application. All the functionalities are exposed in the UI for that screen lives on the scope of that activity. What are the services? Services are the background components that runs in the background. These are basically the threads that do not have any UI component. They are basically the background one. What are the content providers? Content providers are the interface to the offline storage that you have within your app. If you create a suite of applications, you want to have a single point for holding all of your data. You can also leverage the content provider built into the Android OS. The standard set of providers in the OS allows you to get the content from the calendar, contact media, messaging, voicemail applications, and many others. Broadcast receivers are components that respond to the system message. You would use broadcast receivers to catch the events like screen turning off, battery reaching the critical level, and many others. Fragments is the UI element. After Android 3.x, the UI design changed significantly in the Android. The fragments themselves lives as a subactivity that can reference in multiple places in your application. Fragments live within the scope of their parent activity, but can be used in multiple activities. Next is ask for permission. If our application requires some resources, say for an example, I want to access the social media streaming, I have to ask for the permission and I have to write those permissions in Android manifest file. The topic we will be learning today is intent. Basically, when an application is being created with one or more activities, the user need to pass some information from one activity to another, and the intent is the best mechanism to pass those values from one to the another. Use intent for passing the values from one activity to another. To put that value in that particular intent and pass it to the next activity, use the function put extra. See, in this example, I declared two variables, username and ID, and set some value to it. Created an intent new idea equals to new intent. This here refers to the current application, comma new idea.class. New idea.class is the destination where this intent will be going. New idea.put extra. That put extra is the function to which we assign the value for that intent to be passed from. And this put extra requires two parameters. Number first is the key, and the second is the value. This key value pair combination holds the key and the values. So here the double quotes username is the key, and username is the value that variable the key will be holding. Start activity will start that intent we have passed as new idea. Next, whenever we reach at the destination, we have to fetch the values from that intent we have sent. So for fetching that value, we require get intent. For a string get string extra, and we pass that key for which we have to get the value. In some cases, the user does not want to go in detail with the intent. It can use bundle also. In the bundle extra, we have created bundle extra equals to get intent dot get extras. It will fetch everything from that particular intent and hold it with. And now we can fetch each and everything in the next line. Next, we have the two things for the notifications. The notifications are basically the information that has been put to the user to view it. We have two types of the notification, toast and alert. Alert is as same as the JavaScript. And the toast is what is being seen for a particular time interval. In this example of a toast is a quick notification that displays in a gray translucent box over a UI. It requires three parameters. The context, here we have created the context, get application context for that current running application. Text is the message to be displayed, and duration is the time for which that particular toast will be displayed. And now we have created the toast.make text, and pass the values, all the parameters. First is the context, second is the text, and the third is the duration. And to show the toast, we have to click write toast.show. Next is the alert. Alerts are just same as the JavaScript alert that pops up. Here we have created the alert by using alert.builder and this. Alert dialog will be created. And then we have set title is for the title, message is for the message to be displayed. We have three buttons, negative, positive, and neutral. Negative is for the no, positive is for the yes, and neutral is who cares for. That is the cancellation button. The negative button is the declination button, and the positive is for the affirmation button. .show will show that alert. Like all the Android, you can customize the notifications. These are your assignments. We will be going to the assignment. First, we will go on hands-on exercise with something. So for time saving, what I have done is I have created the application and I am ready with that to show you. Here is the code. In this application, we have two activities. Main activity is the first activity that will be starting when the application starts. And the main activity 2 is the destination activity where the intent will be going. These are the two Java files, the main activity and main activity 2. They are relevant layouts. Activity underscore main is for the main activity. Activity underscore main.2 is for the second activity. This is the strings.xml file that holds some string values. First, we will be going with the manifest file where we have put in some entries. This is the main activity 2, and see here main activity. In this we have written intent filter and written the action as Android action.main and category as launcher. This is the first activity that will be starting. Now we will go to the layouts. In the first activity layout, we have this. We have created in the main activity a text box in which we will be asking the user to insert some name. On click of this button, click to change text. This label will change. This label is a text view. It is not a text box. It's a text view. See here. It will change its value on click of this. And this button second activity will let us go to the second activity. Now we will go into the UI of second activity. In the second activity, what we have done, we have created two text box first and text box second to display the values of that particular text box. And we have created a button, apply intent values, to apply those values which we have got from the intent. First, we will go for the first activity code. In this, we have created ID text, editable text box to get that value of that particular editable text box. We will bind this also in the code. A button B1. We have created two variables, username and ID. And we have set the ID as username and the username value as Peeyush. And now we are binding this edit text with the layout edit text. How we would do this? Find view by ID, r.id dot that particular ID we have created in the edit text. And again, the button has been binded with the button 2. B1 is, we have written the onset listener, click listener. This is binding that click event with this button. And what we have to do on this button click, we have to create an intent. We have created the intent 1 equals to new intent, and this is the source main activity dot this, and this is the destination where this intent will be going, main activity 2 dot class. And how to put the values in this intent to be passed is by using the put extra function, and we have passed the key as username and the value as this username. The double quotes written is the key, and the variable username is simple username. Now put extra ID, and how to send that, use start activity and pass that intent to it, and finish will let this activity will be in a background and do the rest of the work in a frequent manner. On button click of view, what we have done for the second button, we have taken that view in this, again the same as we have done in the top, and then what we have done is we have taken the text and written hello in the start and put that with that and concatenated the text with that. In the second activity, what we have done, we have created two text views because we have the two text views to display, and a button to be binded with that button. We have done this binding by T1 with the text view 1, T2 with the text view 2, and B1 with the button 1. Finally, this is the declaration of the variable username. To get the value from that intent, we use get intent dot get string extra, and we have passed that key to it. Here we have put in the declaration and the assignment simultaneously in the same line. And now we have registered a click listener with the B1 button. And what we have done is T1 dot set text to the text we have received from the intent, and T2 dot set text ID, second thing. And on that button, we have used T1 dot show. Clear? The toast will be displayed as this toast T1 dot make text get application context. This is the current application context. Welcome text as welcome plus that username we have received from the intent plus this is toast. We can concatenate using the plus, and this is the time duration. We have different types of the time durations. You can see this dot length. We have two, short and long. This is the long. Long shows the view of a text notification for a long period, and the short will show the text notification for a short period. For the sake of time, I have Also, run that particular application on Android device also. I'm sharing this with you so that we can get the view of how this application runs. Serious. This is the main activity. Here we have the text view as enter name. I will change this to some name. Say I'm using Hari. And here we have the label as hello. One click of this, we have hello Hari. Again change this. I will be using Peeyush space Pareek. And now I will change this. Click hello Peeyush Pareek. Now you'll be going to the second activity. Click on this button. It will let this toast message as displayed over here. Clear? Now we have the default values as first and second as the text buttons, text views. Now I'll click on this and the values have been changed. Peeyush and username that we have passed. So again going to the PPT. So for this we have few questions. What we can do, or I can say this is the brief summary. If we will solve these questions, we will be revising the things that we have learned during the session. Explain the UI design, what the UI design is. Write about the fragment activities, services, broadcast receiver, intents, and filters. Create an activity to pass the information using the intent from one activity to the another and display that intent values in the second activity. Use the buttons to apply different changes. What are content providers and explain them with a proper example. If you have any query, you can mail me at my mail ID. Thank you for listening. If you still have any query, you can ask